Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Siobhán, the Celtic Empath, and I have finally gotten around to updating a personal, I guess, live or recording, not live, but a recording of myself to try to catch up and update my video channel at the moment. I've been quite busy. I've been not very active on social media in the recent months, and more so I've been doing a lot of energy work and deep energy healing and transformational work. What does that actually mean? What does that translate as when someone says that? I guess I've been working with the energies. I have been spending time in nature. I have been spending a lot of time meditating, and through the practices of meditation and Reiki, because I am also Reiki trained, and more recently RAAH Reiki trained as well. And I'm just noticing that the process over the past few months, since we've been officially started our lockdown in Ireland, which was back in March, there's just been so much on an energetic level that's been happening. So luckily for me, I'm not somebody who has been having to be in the outside or on the front lines as such of this COVID situation. Thankfully, I think that I've done my awakening. I'm quite awoke, and I've been doing the work for the past number of years. And I am very much led and guided by my higher self and spirit, and I choose to consciously live that way and live my life on a weekly and monthly basis. That I, as an empathic person, and this is the channel for empath people, light workers, star seeds, healers, 5-dimensional, multi-dimensional, interdimensional beings, whatever or whomever it is that you may resonate more so with, because I'm very much aligned at the moment with the whole 5D consciousness that we've moved into and transitioned into 5D. So it's all very like woohoo, wishy-washy. What does that even mean to somebody who's newly awakening or awoken, or is just finding out maybe some truth about what's going on? Yeah, and there's plenty of resources out there to actually find out what it is that I'm talking about in more detail, because my channel is more so for people who are already on the vibe, already very much awoken, and people who've been doing the work. So I don't know, I don't want anybody to judge me too harshly over that. I'm not going to go into mad deep explanations at the moment. Really, what I wanted to bring together today was true meditation this morning, and working with my own higher self and my guides. What I've been doing for the past couple of weeks is tapping into more aspects of shamanism work, and this is led mostly by deep meditation and by Dreamwork. So I am not a qualified, if you like, shaman. I don't necessarily subscribe to certain things or certain models of achieving paperwork and certificates and accumulating a lot of titles and things. That's another conversation. I mean, we can come here as light seeds and light workers or star seeds, and we intuitively know inside what perhaps our soul or ancestral lineage has been. So it's not even a case of heading off to college and becoming a shaman and now I'm a shaman. So I'm not saying that I'm a shaman, just in case somebody thinks I'm declaring that I'm a non-qualified shaman. I'm just an energy worker, that's all. But through the practices lately of working with dream time and some practices of shamanism, going into meditation and meeting my shaman guides as such and going into the underworld, it's become very apparent to me recently in the past few weeks that Dreamwork as a collectively, our dream time and our dream work is getting, it was always important, but of recent weeks it's definitely gaining a massive momentum for a lot of light workers and starseeds and multidimensional beings that are working with us now, and the veils are very much thin, and the ability and the access of our higher selves and other light beings to be able to work with us at nighttime, our guides, our ancestral guides, our spirit guides, they're working very strongly, very closely with us now at nighttime in our dreams. So our dream work is gaining another level of multidimensionality within our own experience of our daytime life, because if you're to really understand, if we were to really understand dreaming and dreams, once that barrier actually dissolves, we discover that maybe our dream life is actually reality, and that what we're experiencing in 3D, 4D, and to some extent 5D is perhaps not real. You know, it begs the question, what is real, what is reality? So when we do dream work, where are we going to? What reality are we crossing over into? Like, do you believe that your dream time is just your imagination and it's really kind of nothing else, that it's not particularly significant, that it has no bearing really on your daytime real life? What connection do you have to your dreams? And when you're meeting with aspects of yourself within your dreams, when you remember, how much do you remember when you get up the next day? Are you remembering and are you relating are you connecting the flow of your life from your dreams into a pathway that flows throughout your daytime reality from your dream work? There's a number of different types of dreams that we have. And okay, so lately I've been having a lot of premonitionary dreams, and that's one aspect of dreaming. When I'm consciously working with like my spirit guides, I know that I'm going out, I'm traveling out in my dream time to work with my guides and learning various different skills, and also doing a lot of energy work at nighttime. So waking up the next day feeling like you've never really slept at all, even though you've been in bed maybe 8 hours and you think you should have had a good night's sleep. But so that's what's another aspect of what's happening in your dream time. It's not really what I consider astral traveling, because astral traveling is something that you try to consciously do and connect with, and to move out of your body, more so when you're in that kind of mid-waking or half going into sleep. But to consciously work with your higher aspect of yourself when your body is gone into a delta brainwave, which is your sleep brainwave. So what are we doing with our dreams? Do we remember them the next day? Are we remembering bits and pieces of them? I feel that it's important in this last run-up that we have coming to October, the end of October to the start of November seems to be kind of prominent. and coming to the end of the year, to the 21st of December with the solstice, we do, I guess, what I feel when I'm connecting into the collective and the information that comes through to me regularly and has been getting stronger in the past few weeks, is the importance of us making very strong and consistent choices and decisions now about where we stand about our awokeness. Are we going the extra mile, the taking new measures? Are we pushing ourselves to work with our higher self, with our angel guides, with our spirit guides, or with other practices? Are we going deeper into our yoga practices? Are we going deeper into our breath work? Are we going deeper? What are we doing when we're meditating? Because we've got to be stepping up the game now, stepping up our energy work as a collective, stepping up more commitment and making a stronger choice, and be more disciplined with our own spiritual energy, and making very important choices before the end of this year, well, I would say probably in the next few weeks, about which side we want to be on. Are we choosing 3D? Are we still on a path of where we're lacking still a bit of our own sovereignty, and we're still going into fear, conflict, bit of drama, that we're still experiencing toxicity in relationships, in our workplace, with our close relationships? You know, what is it that's relevant for you now, that you feel that is something that's really important, that you can make steps, clear steps and choices to help improve your life, and be that just, you know, disengaging from toxic behavior. There's a lot of fear mongering out there, and there's a lot of negative energy out there, and that negativity is ramping up at the moment. The fear is ramping up. So depending on which side you're on and which line you're deciding to choose on, which timeline are you moving more dimensionally with, which every day on a frequency level, when you're living your life, what are you choosing every day? What are you feeding into? What are you falling into? You can be dipping in and out of it, you can be coming back out and then back into 5D. You have moments where you might slip into 3D. Or are you someone who is consistently in 5D? Do you feel that you're more consistently in 5D? Are you quite awoken that you can see exactly what's going on, that you're not being bothered, that you're not being pulled and swayed in different directions? How committed are you to your choice of the 5D timeline? Because it feels that there is this big split happening now, that choices are being made, and there's a lot of people who are walking down along that 3D timeline, and they're really sticking with it. They're committed, and we can see that. We can see that in a lot of people, no matter where we're living, I think, at this stage. So for those of us who are more conscious about expanding our minds, expanding our consciousness, and opening up more to multidimensionality, which I really must start talking more about. I haven't spoken a lot about it. This year for me has been another expanding year. I've been diving a lot deeper into my meditations and connecting with, more so with the collective of the goddesses, and working with the divine goddess energy, bringing more fractals of myself together, doing a lot of inner healing work. So yeah, conscious dreaming, and connecting more now, making more of a collective connection with our dream time is really my message for today. It's a message really for the next few weeks. It's part of the energy work now, that the more And I know a lot of people are going to disagree and comment that you can't be more awoken. Yeah, you can be, because there's various different levels and stages of the awakening process. You don't just awaken and then you're awoke and you know everything and your mind is completely expanded to the universe. No, because you'd probably blow up. Your brain can't possibly handle that, all of that information, all of that light energy. You can't integrate all of that in one sacred flash. So there's different levels of awokenness, different levels of awakening, and it's a process that happens, unfolds in different stages within the body, throughout your energy bodies, throughout your chakras, moves up along, and everything has to become integrated and aligned, because if it's not, you're gonna have like really bad extreme ascension symptoms, which even the most integrated people will still experience ascension symptoms anyways from time to time. So with that, my message more so is about like the path of energy that we're on. It's not, my YouTube video styles, I guess, are still developing for me, because I think I don't even know yet what my own YouTube style is. It's more about energy consciousness, I think, and it's not, I'm not going to be discussing lots of different techniques about shamanism and what to do, because I'm not an expert in it, and I just, like most other people, it's something that you connect with internally, and something that you resonate with, and it's the next stage of energy work. And you will find that at various different stages of your energy development, you're going to be doing different practices and drawn to various different techniques. So stick with that process, and it's ever evolving and ever changing, and just allow yourself to actually grow. And you don't have to stay rigid or stuck in any one practice. That's very important. And you might only need to dip into something a couple of times to learn the technique, and it might serve you there and then, and just move that pulsation of energy that you need, or you might get that instant insight or download from that theory, whatever it is. But and then you move on, and then you evolve, and you do more energy work, and you just keep listening to what it is that your higher self is constantly trying to communicate with us. So that's really it. Thank you very much for listening. Yeah, let's just keep on moving onwards and upwards.